Hi, folks. So today things look a little different because right now we're going to start on our 3DXmax regiment. 3DXmax is basically a 3D modeling software that I prefer personally. You can use Blender or whatever you feel like, but for the purposes of this demonstration slash tutorial, we'll be using 3DXmax for making all of our more advanced assets. So, in order to get 3ds Max, I recommend creating an account with Autodesk. They have a great assortment of 3D modeling applications, but I chose 3ds Max. It's just a personal choice. They're all pretty good, but here, all you need to do is create an account, register yourself as a student because you are in fact a student and learning under me, and get the student version. It's completely free and it has all the professional version stuff. Like normally, this program costs $1,400 a month, I believe, for enterprise companies. So, and it's also used by DreamWorks for their animation. So you're working with some pretty powerful tools, and if you learn this, there's a lot of job opportunities as well. So let's just get right into it. Let's start off with intro into the UI right here. We have the usual edit, save as. Your file button will be just this, so you can get all your saving, save as, import, export, just like Unity almost, in a way. Unity, just like Unity as well, there is the ability to move, to scale, and to rotate objects. And it's these three buttons up here, or W, E, and R respectively, and T is top. We'll get to that later. Now, as we go on down here, we see 4 different screens with a cube in the side. Right here are all wireframe projections of 4 different angles of whatever you're making. And right here is the box. And this box is designed for turning around so you can view all the angles. I'd make sure to use this. And also, while we're on the subject, panning is as simple as using your mouse button and then scrolling around, looking for when you're panning like this and moving your mouse. And that's all you really need to talk about for this first episode. So let's get into actually creating shapes like you would normally in Unity with the standard primitives that provide you. These are the standard primitives. We got a few of them here, and they range from something as simple as a box to a teapot. Funny thing about the teapot, it was the first thing ever 3D modeled, so that's why they included it here as a kind of Easter egg. But we're given a great assortment of things. Since this is a part architectural software, we're given access to door models, stairs, and other type of patchwork grids. But we're going to stick to the standard and extended primitives for these tutorials. Standard primitives are right here. I've shown you this. And there's extended primitives, which you don't really get out of Blender or anything else. And I encourage you to play around with these. But let's get to actually creating a shape. I showed you how to do a box earlier. So let's go to a cylinder, for instance. Cylinders are great because they're used for a number of things. So it's as simple as, I'll delete this box real quick. Just drag for one dimension, then drag up for another dimension, and you're given a wonderful shape to your desire. But what if you don't like something about the shape? That's as simple as going to this adjustment tab right here, and then you're given access to change the shape after it's made. And as I showed you before, W, E, and R are your moving, rotation, and scaling respectively. And also from here, if you want a more precise measurement to millimeters or centimeters, you'd go off on the radius or the height modification right here. And these are pretty easy. Now, segments we'll get into in a later episode. They're useful for polygons, free modeling, and whatnot. But for this episode, what we went over was basic UI, which I encourage you to play around with. and the two different types of primitives we'll be working with. So I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.